product designer, a good product is from your passion, whether you're passionate about design, technology. I personally believe that the experience counts, not in terms of years, but in terms of skills acquired from MYP, from the beginning of Form 1. So a good product designer will be someone open-minded, creative, and innovative, most importantly.
For me personally, DT has helped me to be someone who can think out of the box and look how society is made up. Considering that everyone has real life problems that we encounter on a daily life basis, DT has helped me to see how products can actually help ease the problems that everyone has on a daily life basis.
He has helped me path my way for my future career, which is either engineering or architecture, and they're both two aspects which turned around the world of DT.
So for me, my career which I would actually opt for is a career where it's all user-centered. So DT has really helped me to acquire knowledge about how to approach to the users and help them to solve their problems too.
I'm most proud of my project for the Form 4, so in my current year. I did a gardening tool. I really experienced, I was very excited to use all the different tools I've never used before, like soldering or even 3D printing. I was very happy about my final result.
So the product that I'm most proud of, the product that I'm very grateful that I designed of, has to be the product I made in MYP3, which was this year. The product was basically a remote stand, which consists of basic parts which were all laser cut and put together. I'm really proud of my project as I found out by analyzing already existing products that a remote holder is quite useful and can help you get really organized.
My favorite project is the project I did last year in MYP2. We had to make a digital clock and I decided to do Thor's hammer. I laser cut all of the pieces together and I glued them together and I made a really nice looking clock.
I'm also proud of my remote control holder which I did this year. I was very excited because we finally got an opportunity to use the laser cutter, and it was our first time because last year and in Form 1 we never had the opportunity to, so I was very excited because I used Vectinator and it was really satisfying, you know, the feeling when all the pieces fit together and actually worked out. So.
Right, yeah. So I chose as my website that I did at the beginning of this year, the website. The theme that I chose on this website was actually the 360 cleaning experience, which mostly talked about how you at home, just by at your computer by yourself, can experience how others are cleaning the environment and helping essentially to reduce global warming, and so you have short bibliographies and yeah, the 360 images which help.
One of the projects I'm also quite proud of is the manipulated photo that we made in digital design recently. And I think it's really important because it kind of spreads the awareness about how viruses can basically take over your computer and you're kind of at a loss and you can't do anything about it, which is why I think it's really important that people know that it's a danger that can happen.
Is one that we made at the beginning of this year. So we were learning HTML and CSS, so using both skills, I implemented something called a personal portfolio. So I think this project was extremely important to me because as a human species, we're moving more and more towards digitization. So an online portfolio is a perfect platform to capture everything you've done. So this is my website. So it consists of 4 main pages. You have the index page, the academic page, the extracurricular page, and the proof page.
My favorite product that we have made for about this year is the photo manipulation campaign that we recently did. This is because throughout this unit, I have experienced how photos can actually mean a lot of things. Since we're going in a world where social media is becoming one of the main things in our lives, I think that photo manipulation is a great thing. So my project is basically about raising awareness about the LGBTQ community and raising awareness about the environmental and how beauty is portrayed through insects and the environment. And since we're going in a world where we're basically surrounded with buildings, I think that photo manipulation can help us maybe raise awareness about things that we don't have and that we don't see. So we see problems through photos because we see them every day. So I think that's why it's one of my favorite products.
For me, HTML and CSS introduced me to the coding world as a whole. Ever since I was a kid, I was never really into computer science. This year, after we started learning HTML and CSS, I was introduced to a whole new world of coding, which I think was a really good surprise.
For me, it's not essentially a big whole thing that's contributed to a surprise. It's more or less the small little things that count into a whole. For example, just researching by yourself about things that you not necessarily learn as MYP student, that's a really good effort to make.
Well, I think the design process, which is inquiring and analyzing, developing ideas, creating the solution and evaluating, is a formula that can be applied to basically anything. So in any job that you may do in the future, you can apply the same formula and it will help you progress.
And like when doing like multiple things like coding or photo manipulation, they're all going to help us in other careers, such as having business careers because we'll need to make a website, or even creating pictures for billboards and everything. So I think the aesthetics and the basic coding and CSS will help us in creating other job opportunities.
you think one day maybe you would like to continue working with this type of thing, or
Yes,
you own even at home?
Yeah.
You can get a 3D printer.